Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now, sorry about my voice today, guys. I've been losing my voice for like a week, but as they say, the show must go on, and I really want to get on with this LT project, so I can get it done and get on to modifying other things. So we're getting really close now. The last couple of videos to do. So today I'm going to show you how to replace the brake cable. It's a three-part cable. So you've got one that goes from the lever down to a little junction box. And then you've got one that goes to the back brake, and then one that goes to the pull start. So how it should actually work is basically the pull start shouldn't work unless you apply the back brake. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to fit that and set it up, and yeah, let's get into it.
And if you get value from this video, hit the like button and subscribe to support this channel.
Right then, guys, so the same as the throttle cable video we did, I think it was the last part we did. Basically, we're going to need to remove the back end, obviously, to get to the cable. So 2 bolts underneath, and then basically just slide it off. And then that kind of exposes the cable and everything down here. The other thing we're going to do is remove the fuel tank. There's 2 bolts in the back here. Got to remove the supply off the carburetor and also the vacuum pipe off the back of the engine, or the intake port. Really sorry about my voice, guys, but this is what I got to work with today. So yeah, once you've removed them, you can go ahead then and remove the fuel tank. And that's them 2 pipes there that need removing. So once we've got down to there, you can pretty much see here's our cable. It just runs under the fuel tank, through this engine mount, and then down to the back, and you can see it curls around onto the actual pull start housing. Now what should happen is you should have to apply the brake and lock the brake like that for the pull start to work, but in this case it looks like somebody has actually wound the cable up too much, and it works with the brake release. So you can do that if you want, but it's not how it's meant to be. So we're going to go ahead and put it back to original. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is remove the actual pull start housing. So there's 4 10mm bolts we're going to go ahead and remove, so we can basically disconnect the cable inside. So I'll just get them out. And there is 1 long bolt and 3 short bolts, so obviously remember that the long bolt comes from this top casing bolt by here. Now if I turn this around, right, so as you can see, my cable isn't actually connected, so the cable has actually been wound all the way up into the housing. So the truth is I could have just gone ahead and wound that up, but I didn't know that before. You can see all this is basically not set up. So yeah, we're gonna have to go ahead and redo all that, but I'm probably going to be the next video. I can see there's not a proper clip on here and something else, so we'll go ahead and we'll fit the cable for now, and I'll do another video on how to set up all this pull cord and everything. Probably be one of the next videos. So yeah, let's go and whip this cable out. So we take a 12mm spanner and just undo the nut, and then we can go ahead then and wind it out. You can see there it's right on the end of the thread, and obviously the cable is wound all the way up to the end of its tension, so yeah, that needs to be sorted. Right, so the next thing we're going to do now is disconnect it, obviously, on the brake drum itself. Now, there is a nut here. You've basically got to unwind this nut, but as you can see, it's kind of turning the whole cable. I don't know if you can see that. It's turning the whole cable. So what I'm going to do is pull this spring back and take a pair of vice grips, and I'm just going to clamp them on the cable just to hold it while I do that. There is actually like a square drive on here, so I'll clamp that on there, and then I can go ahead and just undo this nut. It's not overly tight. You should be able to unwind it with your fingers, but if you can't, then there is actually a hexagon on it. So there is a flathead cut into the back of this shaft, so you could use like a flathead screwdriver and a spanner, but I'll be honest with you, once the nut gets back to that flat, you can't really get on it, so I find it easier just to clamp the shaft. Right, there we go. So remove my grips. So I'm going to go ahead now and remove the cable. So there is a spring and a boot, so I'm going to take them off out of the way, and then you can go ahead then and just pull the cable through the mount, and that's the cable disconnected. Now the top end's really simple, so all you've got a little slot here. So all we're going to do now that we've disconnected the cable on the other end, you can just go ahead and pull the slack, and then you can just unhook it, and then once you bring it round and push it down, it'll go ahead and unhook out of the lever. So that's it disconnected at the top. Now somebody has cable tied mine to the stop wire, which I do think is the engine switch wire, which I do think is a good idea. And then just down by here then you've got the main electrics is cable tied to it as well, so I'll go ahead and just cut them cable ties off. I probably will put them back on after, and then once you've done that you can go ahead and take the two cables. Now I'm just going to feed the two cables. You can go either way really, but I'm going to come back through and remove the cable. So it's kind of that simple to remove. So there's the old cable. Obviously it's got three cables, so one goes from the lever down to this little box by here, and then I'm guessing there's some sort of a linkage inside that connects the one to the two cables, and then you've got the longer cable that goes to the back brake, and the shorter cable that you can see is how damaged mine is, and the shorter one is what goes to the pull start to allow that. So yeah, let's grab the new cable and we'll start getting it put into place. Right then, so here's our new cable. It comes already connected up in this little box. Obviously this isn't genuine, but I don't see the need for a genuine one. So I'm going to go ahead now and run this back into place. So the first thing we'll do is hook him back into the cable and locate him. That's that end. And then we can go ahead then and connect the other two ends. Right, so obviously this isn't actually working properly because that's in the wrong place and this needs resetting up. Now I've noticed it's got the wrong circlip, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this my next video now. I'm going to strip this down and obviously re-pull cord and reset it all up. So I'll show you how to do that, but for the purpose of this video I'm going to assume that yours is all in good working order. And I'm going to go ahead now and just connect the cable. So obviously if yours isn't set up right or you want to put it to the right, watch the next video and I'll show you how to set all this up. So first thing I'm going to do is take the cable and screw it in. So basically put it in here and back this nut right off and then insert it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pair of pointy pliers and then I'm going to push this back with my thumb and hook the cable into the groove. So there it is. So obviously the cable is hooked into this, so as you pull the brake now it's basically going to move this arm, which is how it should work. Once we've done that then I'm going to go ahead and just lock the nut up. I'll lock it by there for now, and then we can go ahead and refit the cover. Right, so that's all connected now. I have set the adjustment quite wide. I am going to lock this off for now, but I am going to have to reset all this. So basically mine's not set up inside, so as you can see it doesn't matter whether the brake is on or not, it doesn't really it still catches, so that's going to need setting up. I will do a video, I'll strip all that down, replace all the pull cord and tidy it all up, and then set it back as it should be. So yeah, that's going to be the next video. So yeah, now it comes with a new boot and a new spring inside there. So I'm just going to go and reinsert through the holder, and then we can go ahead and refit that. And then once we've done that, then we can put it on here. Now, once again, screw the nut on. Now that it's on there, it does feel a bit on the loose side, so I'm going to go ahead now and try it. Oh, it feels lovely. Now, if you do want to know how to do your brakes, I have done another video on that. I'll put a link, again, all the links for all these videos are in the description. Obviously, you can see I've put new chain and sprockets, new brakes, obviously set the brake up. Obviously, this is a new cable now, so... Right, so we've got it all assembled now. Obviously, we haven't done the pull cord because I'm going to do that in the next video. Is how to set it up, obviously, with the brake. But what we're going to do is just show you how to adjust the brake first of all. Right, so I've backed it right off now. So basically, if I apply the handbrake, you can still move the quad. So what I'm going to do now is I'm basically going to wind the adjuster up slowly until the brake starts to apply. Now, you can see there now it's just starting to apply, so I'm going to wind it up a little bit more. And there we go, that's quite firm. Now I'll release the brake and I'm going to give it a bit of a wind more. Now I've read the manual and it doesn't actually give you an actual set measurement for this brake, but basically all it says is when you apply the brake and lock it, it should sufficiently hold the quad. So that's still a little bit on the loose side, so I'll give it a little bit more than that. There we go. Now if I lock that on, that's pretty firm there now. Obviously it is a kid's quad, so you will be able to overpower the brake if you need to, but as you can see there now, you've got a fair bit of play. I'll go a touch more. There we go. So that's the brake, and as you can see, you've still got a bit of extra brake. If I lock that, that's solid there now, and you've still got a bit of room between the bar just in case they really wanted to anchor it. So yeah, make sure that you've got it up enough that it locks, and there we go. When we take it off, then it's nice and free. So that's pretty much it. It's that simple. So we've got the brake obviously adjusted to where we want it, so we've got a nice firm brake. So what I'm going to do now, obviously this didn't have this before, but it's just a bit loose for my liking. So what I'm going to do is take the nut that came with the new cable, and I'm just going to wind it on and basically lock it against this nut. So, and I'm just going to lock that, and that is locked to the cable. Right then, so that's it all fitted. As you can see, it's all in here nice. I am going to cable tie this electrics back onto here. The truth is I'm not going to do it now because this quad's going to be stripped right down. I'm going to get the frame all painted up. I'm going to get the engine all rebuilt. And then yeah, we're going to go ahead and towards the end of this year, hopefully we'll be raffling this quad off. So make sure you stay tuned. As I said, the next video I'm going to show you how to do the pull start, how to do all that, and how to set it up so it activates with the brake. Obviously right now it doesn't really work properly, so it just starts all the time, which is obviously not how it's meant to be. Once again, I'm sorry about my voice. I don't know what's wrong with my throat, but I needed to get this video done today, so I had to just endure it, as they would say. So yeah, remember, stay tuned. Like I said, it's going to be raffled off towards the end, so yeah, hopefully one of my subscribers or viewers will get hold of this quad. Like I say, more details to come in the future. And yeah, thanks for watching. Like I say, I always say, if you get value from this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps me, helps my channel to grow. So yeah, thanks for watching. Obviously I'm going to put the fuel tank and the guard back on, but I'm not going to expect you to watch that. It's pretty simple. So yeah, until the next video.
And if you get value from this video, hit the like button and subscribe to support this channel.